Hello and welcome to Skyward General Training 101. My name is Anita Clayton. I'm the Director of Student Services, and I'm here to just kind of give you some basic information about Skyward. First of all, if you'll notice, this is what the Skyward looks like on a student profile, and we were looking at the Family tab right now, and we have Bobby Brady. Bobby Brady attends Silver Lake Elementary School. By the way, this is a fictitious name. Bobby is due to graduate in 2027. He's in first grade. His date of birth is 7/22/09 and he is 6 years old. This tells us his school entity, and Silver Lake is 110, and it shows that he is an active student, so we know he is currently enrolled. He is a male. This is his school ID number. This is what GCISD uses to identify their students. We don't have a phone number for him because he's not really a real student. And his state ID, which would normally be his social security number, we just have a fictitious number there too. Let's go down to the family and see who we have. Of course, we have Carol Brady and Mike Brady. They are the mother and the father. Usually it will say mother, father, stepfather, whatever, and they'll give a second phone number right in here. These are all of Bobby's siblings. We have Cindy, Greg, and Jan. We have the whole Brady Bunch group with us here in GCISD. This is their address, 4222 Clinton Way in Grapevine, Texas. So now we know pretty much everything that we could possibly know about the family. Now, if you do want an email address, all you have to do is click that little plus sign, and if they have an email address, it will show up here, and it would show up here for the father too. So we'll close those up. Now let's go up to our general tab. Now let me just kind of talk about all these tabs on the left. I may have more tabs than what you have on yours, but I'll only talk about the tabs that you have. So under General, you'll see the profile. When you see the profile, this is where you get a little bit more information about Bobby. You still get the grade that he's in and the year he's supposed to graduate, but you also get his ethnicity, and sometimes you'll have extra information over here. You'll see that he's not special ed, social security number, and some of this information right here, whether they're signed up for military, higher education, public district, all that. Okay, then we go to the address. These are the addresses of all of those that are attached to Bobby. We have birth history. He was born in Los Angeles, California, in the USA. School path. Now this is going to tell us where he's going to go from here, where the new school is going to be. But right now, it just shows he's a first grader at Silver Lake. All right, let's go to attendance. This is where you're going to find whether or not he's had lots of attendance, or if you need to make attendance notes, or even if you want to do a quick print. This Bobby is a pretty good kid because he's here all the time, so apparently there are no absences. But we'll go into later about how you do document absences or conversations that you've had with parents about documentation. Scheduling. Current is where we are going to see what schedule he has, what classes. Apparently he's not taking any classes with us this year, but this is where you would find all of his schedule. Discipline. This is where we can find out what kind of a boy he is, if he does have any discipline issues. It looks like he doesn't, but I'm going to go in later and show how we can add a discipline offense for Bobby. So check into that training a little bit later. Special programming, that's where, say for instance, if it's they're a Section 504 student, if they have any of these things, if they're LEP, LEP, bilingual, If they have any kind of things that need to be addressed in special programs, this is where you would go to input that information. We will be going into some 504 work later, and I'll show you how to do that and where to find out if a student is 504 or special ed. At risk, this is when a student meets the criteria of the state for at risk. Again, we will go into that later, but if this student were at risk, there would be a little R right up here showing that, and I'll show you that later. If a student is special ed, this would be the special ed information that you would get. Let's see, custom forms. This is for anything that we need, like if the student has a health issue, you would put that here. If we have had bullying incidents, this is where you would put your bullying information. We'll go into more detail with that as the program develops. Sometimes it's nice to see what the student looks like. You can hover over it sometimes and there'll be a picture. Bobby hasn't been here long enough to get his picture, or you can click onto this and you'll see a picture of the student. This is a great way to get to know your students. Okay, so we have gone very quickly over our Skyward General training. Hope this just kind of gets you familiar with some buttons and what you can push and what kind of information you can actually get. Okay, I hope this helps, and we'll see you later in some more trainings.